Y'all, today we're doing something that I have wanted to do in Modern since the release of Modern Horizons 3. I've wanted to play Brainsurge in our old Miracles deck. Miracles may seem like a really out-of-date archetype to you. A little bit of history with this deck on the format. When Mystic Sanctuary came out, we built Mystic Sanctuary, Counterbalance, Miracles, not really expecting it to be that good, but it ended up being like an incredible deck in a format where like companions were dominating the environment. It was awesome. I qualified for a pro tour on stream playing Miracles. It was so sick. And we've, since then had a lot of nostalgia for flipping Terminus off the top of our library. When the Surveillance came out, we trophied a couple of times with Terminus. So like not too long ago was just like, I'm going to fetch Surveillance and I'm going to be digging for Terminus. And I'm going to trigger my Counterbalance. I'm going to fetch for a Surveillance in response. Kind of like maybe little known, like just playing a ton of Surveillance in your Counterbalance deck has really buffed this card. So it's not like this archetype is super duper out of date, but post MH3, we did get a new tool for the archetype, Brainsurge, and I think Tamiyo is also very good in the deck. I don't think I probably would have put Tamiyo in my first MH3 draft, not exactly understanding how good this card was, but also Tamiyo plays very well with Brainsurge, where Brainsurge flips your Tamiyo, and the Tamiyo buys back your Brainsurge and can allow you to kind of keep churning through your deck, keep putting stuff on top for Counterbalance, keep putting stuff on top for Terminus, threatens the ultimate. Pretty nice tool. So I wanted to do this post MH3, but it was pretty clear pretty quickly that Jeskai control with Flage of the Wondering was the better way to build a control deck in Modern. It was so clear so fast, and that really took the wind out of my sails. But it's like 6 months later, and the ring is banned, and Brainsurge is kind of looking like one of the best, if not just the best, card draw spells in Modern. And so I think this is a great time to give this one a go. So let's get in there. Nightmare at the 49 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Someone with a 24. What time does a 24-hour stream start? I don't know. Probably around 8, like in the morning of New Year's Eve. So, Dingo's gonna get here. I'm gonna text him a little bit, talk about what time he thinks he might like to start. I might start before he wakes up too. That because I know he's a little, more of an afternoon gamer, anyways. But I'm thinking like 9 a.m., 8 a.m. Okay, my opponent's username is Amulet Go. They've got a nice animated Ancestral Recall, and they have 61 cards in their deck, so they're definitely playing Amulet Titan. Prismatic Ending on the draw against Amulet Titans, okay. Probably going to click the Keep button. From the old list, we cut the 2-mana Enchantment, and I forgot the rest. I don't know, you can go back and look. I'm not going to go over every change from the old list. Yes, Thassa's Omen of the Sea is gone. You had a good Christmas. My mom got me Athena and Lucy themed pajamas that I'll probably be wearing on stream a lot. Thanks again, someone, for the 2 years. Let's go. All right, so hopefully we get to Prismatic Ending this. Right now I'm playing 3 Pending and 3 Oust, kind of figuring out what split I want to do with these cards. Yeah, I guess we keep this, so this way next turn we can go Prismatic Ending Amulet plus play Tamiyo, then the turn after go Prismatic Ending second Amulet plus double opt flip Tamiyo. What do you think about Sisto calling Second Hall of Storm? Well, I think that I would rather play Second Hall of the Storm Giants. And so I am. This is also, I know there's a lot of boomers coming back to Modern. They printed a better blue-white creature land than Hall of the Storm Giants. It does die to bolt, but it's cheaper to activate. It makes map tokens. That card is just, I think, better. I would play that card over Hall. Now, my opponent does have double Amulet here, just all natural, plus Mike and Sith Garden. So it seems like we're maybe going to be unable to just Prismatic Ending our way out of this one. Although it seems like they're thinking about getting Expedition Map. 61 cards can't be right. Never understood that. Brain too small. It's sometimes correct in decks that play a lot of tutors. So in a deck that's playing Green Sun Zenith and Summoner's Pact and Urza Saga, you get to see like a ton of your deck every single time. And so sometimes, if you want to keep a good ratio of lands and spells, and have enough tutor targets in your deck, you do go above 60 sometimes, and sometimes it's right. But the thing about Hall of the Storm Giants is this shit enters untapped, baby. This shit enters untapped and casts your 1-drop on turn 1 and casts your Counterbalance on turn 2. And that is the whole conversation for me. All right, they do get Expedition Map. This is great news for us. Bubba with the 10 months. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you, my friend. Welcome back. Oust Balls plays 67. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff they got to fit in, huh? All right, they grab a Civic Growth Chamber, so it looks like this like Miracle Prismatic Ending draw maybe is going to bail us out after all. They pick up the Mycosynth Gardens, then they play a Boreal Grazer. Well, we can maybe flip the Tamiyo and Prismatic Ending the Amulet again next turn. Not sure which one is better to Prismatic Ending. Somehow this stop got taken away. Somehow, I don't even know how I noticed that. Tuned in today. I think it doesn't matter that much. You run sync? No syncs in this build. You could. I mean, we have halls, we have a bunch of basic islands we need to play, and then also fetch lands are just so good because getting surveil lands is so important. Okay, they are playing Dryad Arbor, huh? So the Dryad Arbor might actually kill my Tamiyo. I think that's okay. So if Tamiyo is just like, you know, a 2-for-1 where I get the Clue token, I get the Prismatic Ending, that is a great use of a Tamiyo. I could maybe sack the Clue token looking for Terminus now, but probably better to hold up Counterspell. On Mono Green Eldrazi, what card did you might add to the sideboard? Probably Orvar. If I wasn't playing Orvar already. I keep forgetting to add copies of that card to decks. Now, notably, we cannot Prismatic Ending Dryad Arbor. We can top deck a Jace the Mind Sculptor, however. I'm gonna Force of Negation up. I feel like I'm feeling pretty good. I'm gonna Terminus, or sorry, not Terminus, Brainstorm. Potentially dig for a Terminus. It's the day after Christmas, and we're casting a Jace the Mind Sculptor in Modern. It's looking pretty good. I think Jace is playable in this deck. I know I make fun of this card a lot. In your Miracles, in your Counterbalance Terminus deck that needs some win conditions, yes, you could play some Jace the Mind Sculptors still. Yeah, we did cut Solitudes. Did cut Solitudes from the deck. I wouldn't have minded Solitude so much, but one thing is like Teferi Time Raveler is kind of bad, so I would play one copy probably, but we just didn't actually have enough white cards for Solitude to be good. And Solitude also is not amazing at the moment. Solitude I think is good if you're playing Force of Negation. So not Force of Negation. Ephemerate. Probably need to force this, I think. Could be a little risky. This Dryad Arbor is doing some work. Alright, don't need a second copy of that. Nice. So let's go ahead and put Terminus and then Basic Island on top. Play Thundering Falls, surveil this Basic Island into the graveyard. Cast Counterbalance, and then we have Terminus on top of our library, so if my opponent goes land Primeval Titan, the Titan is just countered, and if they don't do that, then we get to Terminus them. Not today! Not today! Woo! Merry Christmas, Twitch chat! Let's go. Our draws there were kind of perfect. I don't, with Green Sun Zenith, I do think I want 2 or 3 Force of Negation. I think we trim a Counterbalance. I think I like the Terminuses, like partially because of Counterbalance Terminus. Maybe play one less, just 3/3. Seems okay. Let's do 2. Let's do 2 Force for now. Could be right to play the 3rd. All right, let's keep this. That was good. That was a hand where they had, double amulet. It's pretty scary. Kind of triple amulet, but they thankfully didn't have a bounce land. Yeah, Christmas Miracle indeed. I'm probably going to search for my red Surveilland here because I did bring in 2 Meltdowns for their amulets. Oh, so they're on a pretty slow draw here. I think I could probably afford to tap out for Counterbalance now that it seems like they're on a slower draw. Seems okay. Is White March for Saga worth playing? That card's unplayable, I think. I would not main deck it, and if, we have Meltdowns in the sideboard. I would play Wear Tear over White March. Okay, Cavern on Giant. Dryad of the Elysian Grove. They didn't name Dryad. Okay, top card is just a Tamiyo though, so not countering the Dryad here. And them having Cavern of Souls is bad. For sure. Right, let's see if our top card counters this. It's a Terminus. Do I want a Terminus on top? I think I do. I want it for now. Let's let the Explore resolve. Remember, even though we don't have white mana in play, we can respond to the Miracle trigger by fetching for white mana. I'm not sure how much off-testing you did, off-testing you did off camera, so my only thought is, has Tamiyo felt good in the deck? Dude, yeah, I know a lot of you have not played with Tamiyo. Tamiyo is like just kind of a mandatory 3 or 4 of in control decks. But yeah, she's very good at Brainsurge too. Are you playing a control deck? Yeah, if yes, you should have a bunch of Tamiyos. Like that's yeah. Alright, so let's go to Miracle this. They're gonna make a Saga token. Make 2 Saga tokens. Get an Expedition map. It's kind of surprising. Another Saga. Uh-oh. Doesn't seem like they have a Titan. Alright, so let's see if we can surveil a 3 to the top. Top card is another copy of Terminus. So let's counterspell this so we can go Terminus plus Jace the Mind Sculptor next turn. I think I will Brainstorm. Could be fine to plus here. I'm gonna leave a 0 on top for Summoner's Pact. No, Frog is still the best creature. Oh yes, Frog is good. Yeah. Tamiyo is insane. She is a modern staple for sure. She's Green Sun X equals 3. So they're gonna get another Dryad, and they have the Valakut in their hand, right? Yeah. So Jace down. A second Valakut to deal me 6? Did they just miss lethal though? Oh, yeah, we see an oopsie doopsie in the chat. See him playing Energy Monitor isn't good. Yeah, Energy's fine. I still want to play Jeskai Mockingbird Energy. I'll do that if it's clear that like just nobody is doing it, but okay, so I'm drawing a fetch land. It seems like my best chance to win this. So okay, so I guess I have two avenues here, right? I can go draw the Prismatic Ending with the Opt. I can Prismatic Ending the Dryad. I can let them make a Saga token. Then I can consign Urza Saga Chapter 3, and then I can go to 1. I don't feel like this necessarily puts me in like particularly good shape to win. I do only have 1 Terminus left in the deck. But like I need to draw that Terminus to win this game, kind of no matter what anyways. You know what I mean? And I think maybe I just need to have all 4 in. But I'm going to dig for that Terminus and try to get the Dryad and both Saga tokens and have the Consign still in my hand. To me, I think this is like the more likely way we win this. I also maybe have too many Consigns against them. A Consign is good against Saga Chapter 3. It can counter Amulet. Maybe it could counter Titan ETB. But I don't know. Maybe it's just not like really good anymore against them because they don't playing Ring. You probably play less than 4. 413 go. Thank you for the 26 months. So we'll readjust our sideboarding. Like maybe like 1 Consign. Yeah, Consign seems like a lot worse against them now, huh? All right, not a Terminus. We're digging. All right, going to game 3. Yeah. Okay. So let's cut those. 4th Terminus back in. 3rd Force of Negation in. And then our options are 2nd Consign, 1st Teferi. 1st Teferi is a lot better on the play, bouncing Saga. That's kind of like all it ever does well. Consign is also kind of better on the play because it counters Amulet a lot more effectively. Force of Negation against the Green Sun build seems... I think 3 is probably a good number. Let's try 2nd Consign for now. I don't really like Verdict against Titan. Especially, I think Terminus is better, and like we have 4 of those. Trail at the 2 years. Welcome back. Appreciate you. All right, keep this. You can flip Tamiyo turn 2, maybe. I'm in on Consign. Well, I don't know. It seems a lot worse against them since they no longer play Ring. Wrath the Skies. What was the reason you didn't put it in the deck at the end? I'm playing Terminus instead. I don't know. I thought about playing it over like the Meltdowns in the sideboard, but I think if you're in on Terminus, you don't really need to be in on Wrath the Skies. All right, don't think we need to Prismatic Ending the map, especially not when maybe a turn 2 flip Tamiyo is just gonna carry this game. We could keep it 2nd Tamiyo, but it's a little dirtily. Can I afford to keep this? Let's keep it. Let's keep it. Come on. I was mostly thinking of opponents play Pirates last game. Yeah, that's fair, but we have 4 Terminus. Like a 5th sweeper against them, especially when it's just not that good a sweeper. Seems tough. Okay, Titan players seem to have figured out that they can play more Caverns again, it seems. Which is bad news for us. Right on time. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and Prismatic Ending this. Okay, there's a Thundering Falls on top of our library. Opponent's kind of losing their mind playing Tireless Tracker, huh? I can't Prismatic Ending the Tracker, though. All right, let's see what our top card is. Flooded Strand. Alright, we'll just plus again. Tireless Tracker, what the hell? I'm gonna lose it. I might lose a Tireless Tracker, we'll see. Alright, let's see if we can find a 2 for that. We don't find a 2 for that. I'm gonna brainstorm again. Probably looking to put a 0 on top for Summoner's Pact, because the Can't put a 6 on top for Titan. I could have had a 6 by picking up the Brainsurge here, which is kind of interesting. Maybe a 1 on top for Amulet, but it just doesn't seem like they have an Amulet. Like they would have had to top deck it. Okay, here's the Titan, but I don't think they can haste it. I think we can ultimate the Tamiyo. No one drop to stop Amulet. I mean, they would have to. You're playing around top deck Amulet versus them sitting on Summoner's Pact in their hand, I think. To me, it seems clear which one I'd rather do. Doesn't seem like everybody agrees here. All right, draw 20 cards. Okay, so... Wait, I don't have an opt? Oh, you definitely want the opt to Miracle the Terminus on their turn and hold up Counterspell. Well, I guess and now I'm just going to bounce the Titan and we can consign the ETB. I think it's important to get this Hall into play, so let's get the Hall into play. We can Brainsurge in response to like non-Titan spells too. Oh, well. That's easy. I mean, most opponents don't want to play against 22 cards. I'm so counterbalance pilled, I tell you what. What kind of Mara card would you like to be printed? I don't know. This is not a custom Magic stream. I don't necessarily love the Miracle mechanic. I think Terminus is like a really cool card where you get to set up for like sweeper plus like spell, and I think that that's cool. But I think in general the Miracle mechanic is not like a great tournament mechanic. Yeah, 3 Snapcaster and Wizards is looking kind of good, I agree. Bring St. Catherine. Yeah, St. Catherine would be fine, but... Yeah, I don't know. I just don't love the Miracle mechanic in general. I played a lot of Standard when it was around, and like Bonfire of the Damned was like if they just it was just such a swingy card. It was like really bad for the game, I think, and I liked Revenge of the Hunted. That was a Miracle I liked a lot. I liked Thunderous Wrath, but yeah, just not the biggest fan overall. I just kind of like Terminus. It's looking pretty good for us. Although once they have the Flesh Raker, it's looking kind of bad. Okay, it's a Brood Scale instead, thankfully. So they have Terry and Soul Cleaver as like a secondary, as like a 5th blade, which is kind of crazy. Oh, but that's not what they put into their hand. They put the Temple. Yeah. Probably not good to Force of Negation, that one. Well, I'm going to sack a Clue end of turn, I think, instead of picking up like a Brainsurge here. Going for the ultimate. Why don't treat the angels just unnecessary? Yeah, very simply, that card is not very good. Yeah, I think I'm okay pitching this, even if I could maybe find something else. Kind of bluff that I have some interaction. It's not very good if you have Hall of the Storm Giants and you have Jace the Mind Sculptor. You're going to be able to close games. Okay, 3rd Rumble. Ooh, Writhing Crystal is cool. Yeah, it's not very good. $5 a month for the rest of your life. Like even like let's just talk about like the what you get for in treating the angels. For 3 mana you get a 4/4. For 4 mana you get 2 4/4s. Compare this to cascading into Crashing Footfall, something that people just don't do anymore. Like, you know, that cascading into Crashing Footfall is seen to be like too weak of a thing to do these days, kind of. So like, you know, Like, what if that's kind of too weak? Then why are we trying to 5 mana for four fours? Are they flying? What deck is this good against? Like really nothing. To as the fast answer there. It's very fun to ultimate it or miracle it. Spike, is Tamiyo good at this deck? Yes. It's Tamiyo. She's a 1 mana card that wins you the game. Let's go. Alright, so we're up a game against Broodscale. We got some sideboard cards. We definitely got some sideboard cards. Almost have just too many sideboard cards here, but I mean, Broodscale gets hit by a lot of stuff. Like the verdicts are good, meltdowns are good. I guess seeing that they're probably on like Writhing Chrysalis over Karn, so cutting the forces seems reasonable. I think we can cut a Jace. I don't want to cut Tamiyo. We're bringing in so many great things to pick up. Could maybe cut an Oust. Rip stops the combo. It does not, right? Because card or token. It does stop the combo. I don't think it's worth it probably because we have Stony that stops the combo and stops their mana and stuff. I didn't actually know the recipe stopped the combo. It's pretty cool. Cut counterbalance. But the thing is, I want some counterbalance. I think we can go down 2 copies probably. We could trim an opt at least 1. Like I think I want like some. cut Terminus. Yeah, we have an abundance of riches here. Okay, I'll just play 1 counterbalance. I think I want at least 2 out for the Terminus miracling. Yeah, I mean Oust is also just like early creature removal against the creature combo deck. Matchup looks good. Yeah, Leyline of the Void doesn't stop the combo. I didn't actually know that Rest in Peace counted tokens. Okay, they reveal a Thief of Existence, which can deal with my Stony Silence. Good card to know about. And we can maybe set up to consign it. I don't know. Maybe one less Counterspell. Counterspell is also very good against them. It's just like it's tough. Maybe because we have all these consigns too. It's tough. Turn 2 Fleshraker is scary. That's for sure. Let's go ahead and just try to surveil. Maybe dig for a Terminus. Gonna graveyard this. Dig for a Terminus, the catchphrase of this deck. And 2 more Fleshrakers. I'm probably gonna grab one of those. Yeah, Leyline of the Void doesn't say the word token on it, so it doesn't stop tokens from triggering death triggers. They do choose another Fleshraker. I think Rot Priest Storm is viable with Green Sun. It's probably not super competitive, but it's like definitely sick, and if you're interested in it, you should try it. It's something I've been kind of wanting to try too. Yeah, I did have a good Christmas. I keep meaning to build like just mono green infect with Green Sun too. Am I still getting pitch for deck decks? No, never again. Yeah, let's go ahead and I think consign here. Have a burning list with Scheming Symmetry and Miracles? Of course not, but I've had enhanced surveillance miracles before, and like if you fetch a surveillance, you dig really deep. Scheming Symmetry is just like, I don't know. Yeah, probably shouldn't put that one in your modern deck. Alright, their hand is Thief of Existence, 2 mystery cards. They can sack these for more damage, they decide not to. I think killing the blade is pretty good. And then if they don't sack any spawns here, which they might and they might not, but if they don't, then our O3 blocks their 2/2 kind of nicely. Spike would never try CEDH. I mean, there's a timeline probably where I play that format. At the moment, I'm not that interested in it. Oh, great, there's the Thief of Existence. So now my Stony or my Jace could live. If I have Miracle Terminus, I'll probably Brainsurge in response to flip Tamiyo. So what are we doing here? Kind of like minus on the Fleshraker chump with the Tamiyo. You know, the thing about CEDH, right? And competitive formats that have, like, no formal organized play, that have very few, like, ways to play for money, way to play for prizes, is they don't usually end up being, like, actually that competitive. You know what I mean? Like, they just don't get pressure cooked to the degree that they kind of need to like, actually be a format with, like, a lot of, like, give and take and a lot of, like, metagame evolution. They get pretty stagnant pretty quick, usually. They choose a Thief of Existence off the Rumble, so can get my Jace. So, like, Pioneer now? Yeah, I like Pioneer. I feel like there's some other good examples. Like, pure modern, like, you know, the modern format without the modern horizon sets. Like, anytime I've ever watched one of Doommake's pure modern events, it's only people playing their pet decks from, you know, like their untuned pet decks from 10 years ago. Kind of like how modern, like, during the shakeup was, like, initially pretty uncompetitive too. So, but if that wasn't the environment, then maybe I'd be more interested. I think I Brainsurge now, so I could draw Opt plus Terminus, maybe. Alright, down to get, or go to game 3. Bro, what? There are so many weekly CDH Finch with OK Big Prize Pools. Are there? Like, are there really? Like, there are so many weekly CDH hits with OK Big Prize Pools. Are these played on, like, webcams? Do you have to travel to them? Like, this is so not my world, but it's not like you have RCs. It's not like you have Spotlight Series. Like, is it just like webcam tournaments? How many people play in these? What are the prizes? You know, like, can you qualify for a big like invitational only tournament? I don't know. I might. What is the world of CEDH like? I guess I don't really know. I know. I remember that there was this one big CEDH controversy where a player who was about to combo was asked by another player, if I don't counter your thing, are you going to be able to combo this turn? And it was this big controversy that they said, no, I won't combo. And it was seen as really messed up that they lied. And I kind of see where they're coming from. But to me, the more messed up thing in that situation is the fact that the other player, we could maybe should we have consigned the ability to make mana here? Maybe we should have done that. Don't get to do that often. To me, kind of the more messed up thing in that situation was that there was a player who felt like it was appropriate to ask. Oh, we have to keep this so we can cast Meltdowns. That there was a player who felt like it was appropriate to ask that question. You know what I mean? Yeah, the webcam events seem probably ripe with cheating. I don't know. Countering this seems kind of nice, but I also kind of want to counter Saga Chapter 3. Let's do this. I feel like this might just be like double time walk or. It's a fun line. Any cool presents for Christmas? Yeah, I got this Athena Lucy Halloween set. There is top deck is invite only, mostly in person events. You need to gather points to join it. Okay, cool. I mean, if there's like a ripe and thriving like CEDH scene, I don't know anything about it, but yeah, I might just be out of my element here, I guess. Why not counter the next turn and counter both Saga triggers? Well, I think it's just kind of interesting. Like if they don't have mana here, it's like not only is this turn very awkward because they probably can't do anything, but they may not be able to do anything next turn either. And then the Sagad's gonna die without them being able to make a Saga token. Probably, I guess they could make a Saga token actually, because then they play a land. Yeah, maybe that was better. In EU, it's kind of mostly dead here. Happening in US. Okay, well, so, and this is like webcam tournaments, or it's you said it's mostly in paper. So like, how big are these tournaments? What are the prizes like? Should I be a commander gamer? It's kind of dangerous if I tap out for Jace here. Let's go to Impending the Drum. There was a one-piece webcam where a guy pre-recorded overlay. Yeah, the webcam stuff is so sketchy. It's so sketchy. They're like 30 to 100 people and often win a reserve list card. That's something, yeah. It's cool. Yeah, I know the EU has like... I know Mingu told me about like a crazy CEDH tournament that he played at. Alright, I'll do it. I'll play my CEDH arc. Modern Dead. But yeah, for me, yeah, the politics are really tough. It's like I would maybe be interested in a CEDH game where, like, maybe you couldn't talk. I don't know if that makes any sense. But maybe like a game where the only things you can say are, like, what game actions you're trying to take. Okay, so I think okay, so can they combo me here if I don't Prismatic Ending the Blade? They go Eldrazi Temple, cast Brood Scale, activate the Brood Scale, but then they can't equip and activate. So they would need to have Walking Ballista plus Brood Scale. I think that I am ahead enough here, and my matchup is good enough that I'm gonna still Prismatic Ending. As kind of maybe this is a good like general rule of thumb. If your matchup is really good and you're ahead, you should play around the like unreasonable nuts. But if the matchup's not that good and you kind of can't beat the nuts anyways a lot of the time, just don't do that. Are there any paper modern events on my radar? No, I'm gonna. Apparently, I have this Atlanta tournament I signed up for in like 2 weeks. It has very much snuck up on me. Has very much snuck up on me. But as far as modern tournaments, yeah, not a lot that I'm going to be playing anytime soon, I think. Probably. I think I'm going to counter the ability to make constructs this time. Why is politics bad? Someone could try to get you to do something, but you don't have to. Well, for me, the thing that I dislike the most about politics in a competitive environment is, what if you are someone who's new to the CEDH scene, and you sit down to Billy Big Dex, and Billy Big Dex is the most popular CEDH commander player. He's a very popular YouTuber, or he does a lot of organizing, and everyone loves Billy Big Dex. So when Billy Big Dex suggests that you should go after this player for whatever reason, or it's the other people should gang up on you because you're the new kid, they're gonna listen to him, you know? I'm worried about those kind of like popularity contest dynamics. Okay, so we have to counter this. Like I don't know if that's I don't know if that's similar to anything anyone's experienced in the format, but I feel like that is probably something it would kind of devolve into. But I'm more popular than Billy. Well, that's not. So okay, I could be so popular. I could make all of my spikelings let me win the tournaments. It sounds so boring. But yeah, I could convince some of y'all to come and turn me into Billy Big Dex. That's my new CEDH persona. In regular tournaments, you could just bribe a judge? Well, at least that costs you some money. I must become Billy Big Dex and take over the CDH scene. I guess playing around Needle here is kind of silly because they're just going to Needle the Jace, but I have Prismatic Ending anyways. Is Oust better than Condemn? Yes! $5 a month, rest of your life. There are a lot of creatures that it's really good to oust without waiting for them to attack. In this matchup, Broodscale, Glaring Fleshraker, 2 examples. Other examples include Tamiyo. Other examples include Psychic Frog. Or I guess maybe, actually, not Psychic Frog, kind of Psychic Frog, because like you want to get it when they're tapped out. Halves, but also like it's okay to get when it's attacking. But yeah, yes, you want to get this shit before they untap against a lot of cards. Also, like if Condemn is like a known card, then people do get to play around it. Okay, so we did shuffle. We surveilled a Brainsurge to the top here. Oh, you hear that thunder? That sounds pretty nice. We want to Jace before Brainsurge because if we find Terminus, we can Brainsurge on their turn. Okay, I've already drawn too many cards for Tamiyo. My opponent's also about to combo me, so... So I have 1 Oust, 2 Oust, 3 Terminus, 2 Consign, and 3 Terminus. I guess I could still theoretically Terminus on my opponent's turn here. We might just get got here. I don't think I was ever supposed to really just bounce this, but... Oh, Stony Silence also, right? Yeah. So definitely should main phase. A lot of outs, but... Good brick. Alright, thank you to the Stony gamer. Then Stony and Tamiyo kind of a nombo, I guess. But we'll just chump block with the Tamiyo. Could have gone for a block with Tamiyo. It's just kind of tough because if they have any payoff, we get got. Yeah, opponent thinks they're their main phase here. I do mostly think, since you're a mostly modern player, it'd be interesting to see you build a CH deck with your knowledge of deck building. But you would likely be surprised with less stuff going on. Yeah, I mean, for sure. I say this a lot, and like how when people want me to come play their formats, to be like, Spike, you do a lot of good deck building in Modern. Come do a lot of good deck building in my format. The thing is, it's just like, it takes a long time to learn a format to become good at deck building it. I think we saw this with me in Standard. Like, it took me like 2 months of off-stream learning the format, and then probably 2 weeks of like actively playing it on stream before I started building some okay decks, and I didn't like break anything either. It takes a long time to like effectively deck build in formats, which is why I like to mostly focus on Modern. You have another K command, so they're gonna K command the Tamiyo, kill the Jace. I am top decking Supreme Verdict, and then underneath the Supreme Verdict is a Tamiyo. Can I attack with the Hall and play Tamiyo? No, I have to choose one or the other. Probably would fire up the Hall, because the Tamiyo doesn't do anything with Stony in play. Or like the attacking with Tamiyo doesn't. I can play Tamiyo and flip it and do stuff. Third Kozilek's command? Oh no, Writhing Chrysalis. I mean, that's pretty good. I guess I leave the Hall back to block. Well, no, let's play Tamiyo because the Tamiyo also blocks the Chrysalis. Oh no, it doesn't because they sack the thing. I don't know. Who's the deck building equivalent Standard? Probably Ash Lizzle or Croakies. Yeah, Ash. I mean, I have this Standard tournament coming up for Atlanta, and like the only person I've messaged about it is Ash, because I think she's the person I trust most for like sick decks and Standard, cool tack and stuff. Yeah, Croakies also. I just don't really know Croakies. Like 3 or 4 years ago, Croakies messaged me like, hey, I kind of want to learn Modern, man. You want to teach me Modern? I'm like, yeah, man. And then I never heard from him again. I'm sure he's just busy and got a kid. Yeah, but Ash is great. All right, they're adapting. This is kind of cool. Whoa! Okay, my power might get knocked out. We don't have a... Oh, they didn't... No attacks here. My power might get knocked out. Yeah, I heard. Okay, I think if they're not going to attack with the Chrysalis, because Tamiyo's untapped, let's just keep it untapped, especially with Stony in play. Yeah, poor it. You might want to give her some medicine. How do we win? Well, we win by controlling the game, and then actually in the game with a Jace or a Hall of the Storm Giants. So they have 2 infinite power creatures here, but I have 2 blockers. Tough game. Didn't attack because I believe we had 7 mana for Hall. We did not. It's 6 mana to activate Hall. Yeah, but maybe they misread it or something. Yeah, we could not have activated Hall on defense there, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong. But here we are on the double chump line into them not having a payoff into top decking a sweeper. No, this is reach, not trample. No, they can move to Scion. They can only make infinite power Scions if they have 2 blades. They can make like a 2/3 Scion. Yeah, I believe I can go chump here and top deck one of my 4 Terminus or 3 Terminuses and 1 Verdict, so 4 outs. Is Moxfield updated? Maybe I didn't update the extension, but the deck command should be updated. I like that they're doing this now. So good I did an attack with the Tamiyo. Okay, 4 outs, and then some like card draw that could also like Miracle Terminus on their turn or cast Verdict. Alright. Seems like a good matchup, but good deck. 1-1. I'll take, beat Titan, lose to Brood Scale, it's fine. Well, I'm gonna keep. If we want to hold up Counterspell turn 2, we'll play Archive, shout out Celestial Colonnade. Otherwise, if we want to play Tamiyo turn 1 instead, this means that probably redraw an untapped land. We'll play Tamiyo turn 1. Yeah, guess so. Surveil and then Fatal Push, kind of interesting. Yeah, the Gigantha deletion has been a big quality of life upgrade. Also, Kihira, with Tamiyo and Flage, you're just not going to see like mini Kihiras outside of my deck is actually elementals or my deck is actually cats or whatever. So like while Kihira is pretty broken because any deck that doesn't play creatures still can play it, so like maybe like mono red Belcher still. The majority of like control decks now do want to play creatures, so it's almost like fixed itself weirdly. Okay, they mill over a frog, but then they're not going to unearth it right now if they have it unearthed. Probably just doesn't have it. Maybe we could play Thundering Falls so we could Prismatic Ending and Oculus that they somehow resolve. Kind of seems unlikely that they could resolve it. Is creativity worth buying into too early to tell? It's definitely a solid deck. As far as I can tell, creativity was really good the first week and has kind of fallen down a little bit because people are just coming pretty prepared with a lot of Orvars again, which seems to be kind of effectively containing the creativity threat. But it is likely to be somewhat playable. Obviously, this is a good top deck. It's a good time to get back into it, Karna. Would hope to see you playing some games again. Obviously, the Magic 8 Storm Heralds deck. No, I thought about building Storm Heralds myself. I don't know how he did it. Seems fun. Hopefully no second Spell Pierce. Whew. Dodged. Alright, let's play this out so we can get the basic planes. How does Orvar beat creativity? Usually, like, X equals 3 is, like, a pretty safe way to beat it. Sometimes you just like Fable of the Mirror Breaker, but yeah, the best way is to play a big creativity. All right, so in response, you can find a counterspell here. A counterspell. I think I'm shuffling away the lands. A little bit of lag here. What is the most complete version of Hollow One? I don't know. I mean, I will say that you should play Root Wall of Vengevine, and I like Flameblade Adept a lot over like Nethergoyf or Flage as like your plan Bs because it's just better against Graveyard Hate, which I think seems really important to be doing at the moment. What are we supposed to do about this? I got a game 2, I guess. No, we have Jace the Mind Sculptor. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Just bounce this. Tilter though. They have no black mana either. No basic planes if you counterspell, yeah. I didn't think it was that important to have the basic planes, but I guess it was against the second Unearth. I'm not sure when they drew the second Unearth. I cooked up a Sweet Storm Hallowed FOMO Cure deck. Yeah, I could take a look. I mean, whenever I keep trying to add a stupid Hellraiser to my Storm Herald decks, which is probably just wrong. What are my thoughts on main deck Blood Moon and Twin? I don't think this is a great metagame for main deck Blood Moon. I should probably be playing a land out. Ever considered Noxus River for Miracles? I think that card is quite bad. It has been suggested a lot for sure. Alright, so 3 Jace. 1 basic planes. The problem is like Jace is just not right. My 0-3 blocks the 2-2. Brainsurge on top, it's a pretty good one. Okay, maybe this game is a bit more winnable. Although they're just going to counter my Brainsurge. I think I should jam, because I could just sometimes blind counter their counter, and I'm at 5 life, I don't really have much time. Basic island on top, so I need whatever underneath that island to be good, and I need them to not have anything else. You don't want to thought scour me? Do basics exist in Modern War? Yeah, they do. I wanted to fetch my basic planes, but I couldn't use like my value Brainsurge here. I did get got, absolutely. Now, also, if I kill this, there's like a pretty good chance they have a Bowmaster. There's a Tamiyo on top, but this has been countered. Yeah, we don't really have many 3s, just like the Force of Negations and I guess the Brainsurges too. Never mind, do have a lot of 3s. Alright, Verdict's in, Rest in Peace is in. Force of Negation out. Pending important for early Frog, I guess. I think I'm going to trim a Brainsurge. Trim an Opt. I think on the play we can cut a Prismatic Ending because we are a bit better at answering early Frog. And the draw we probably won it back. Path is that bad when we get something better, Wizards? Well, I welcome back to Modern. They've printed a lot of really good white removal spells. There's Prismatic Ending, there's Solitude, there's Leyline Binding. Oust is actually a banger, although that might take some convincing. There's Wrath the Skies. Flage is a white removal spell. There's Static Prison. There's Onthanize, although that's kind of a reach. But yeah, Path actually gives them a basic land, which is pretty bad. Yeah, I don't know if I can really bring myself to play this card. I've seen some builds that play like Twin also. I'm not exactly enthused about the builds that play twin. I keep trying to add Capricious Hellraiser plus like Lauren Revealed, and then I get really stuck because that deck just doesn't work that well. And okay, Thought Scour is nice. Maybe they have Forest still. Playing Drown. Okay, that's good for me. Having this resolved. Rest in peace. Yeah, I don't know. I just hate that this is the next best thing. I wish there's something better. Wow, no frog. They're going to be able to Brainsurge now, so as they Bowmaster into turn, we can resolve the Surge. Also, I feel like you called this deck Teamer, but this Prodigious Growth card sure does not count. Yeah, I agree. That's kind of what the deck needs, is another big aura. We've played Storm Herald in the past with like Persist Archon, and I've kind of liked that before. All right, so if they counter this, oh wait, right, this isn't in play. It's okay if they counter. Yeah, the problem with Colossification is it taps your damn thing. It would be totally fine if it didn't. Well, not unlimited, I guess. Trying to think of other good white removal spells that are better than Path. So my eye was itching so bad, it's now obvious I have a Terminus. I think I'll main phase this Opt. Sam with the 55 months, thank you so much. I want instant Thoughtseize, but people say discard isn't fun. Wizards agree. I want a broken Thoughtseize. Well, you could just play Teferi Time Raveler, man. You make it happen. This is a generally good card against them. My hand is all removal, and I'm kind of weak to a Harbinger right now, so I think I'm probably going to exile that. Cycle another Unearth. You feel like Detective's Phoenix should be in? I can never find room. Yeah, it seems hard to include. All right, well, there's something for us to remove. So I'm just trying to think of like, do I Terminus first or do I Oust first? I think I'm going to Oust first. Aren't we dead if they drew Frog? I have 2 removal spells in my hand. What? They scour me to redraw their Frog. I graveyard that. Probably play around second spell Pierce here. Although they probably have the counterspell at this point. They hardcast a Force of Negation pitching Oculus. Uh-oh. We were dead if they drew Frog all along, huh? Spike, do you agree Swords be a fun image for? No, I would not. Print Swords of Plowshares in Modern. I know you haven't been playing Modern, but I will tell you there's a lot of really good removal spells in the format. White, I know the white lobbyists have done a great job convincing the Magic community that there are no good white spells. However, they have printed a ton of good white spells, and white is already the best color in Modern for creature removal. There's not a better color in Modern for creature removal right now. Before Swords of Plowshares is printed, let's maybe not print the best. If Swords was printed, it would be the best removal spell in the format. You greedy, 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 greedy blue-white player. I think I just block and like this. It's kind of like a 3-for-1 because they have to discard 2 and then they don't get to draw a card. More like a 2-for-1, I guess. I remember back when this was like the delusions around MH2. Like there were so many blue-white players going, why can't we have Swords of Plowshares? We have Solitude and that's a 0-mana Swords of Plowshares. It's better. When they know full well that they're only talking about this because they want Swords of Plowshares being legal. Like this argument never made any sense because if Solitude really was a better Swords of Plowshares, you wouldn't be asking for also Swords of Plowshares. You would have reasonable format evaluations, and you would say, that would be unbalanced if we just printed. Okay, interesting sequencing here. That would be a good change. since we have a better version, let's also have the worst version. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. It was just so tilting. But like anyone who ever asked for Swords of Plowshares in the chat is a greedy blue-white control player who just wants blue-white control to be good, and they're lobbying for that. 2 more frogs in the hand? How is that possible? And literally, how is this possible? It's a miracle. And not only do we get to do this, we get to attack with a Haul. Reasonable Gaming, thank you for the Twitch Prime. A Christmas Miracle. So that is just a 3/3 that can transform into a 4/4 because there's a Rest in Peace in play. Yeah. So if they have a Harbinger, we probably lose, and basically everything else we beat. Assuming that they don't chump here. I don't think that they would chump. I don't think Path has ever been good. Yeah, Path, I don't know. I agree. Like I had too many games of Modern where I would have to fetch I would be on the draw. My opponent would attack me with Goblin Guide. I would take 2 damage from the Goblin Guide, and then I would have to, on my turn, fetch a Hallowed Fountain with Scalding Tarn because I didn't have Flooded Strand, and I would have to Path to Exile Goblin Guide. Probably should animate this, huh? I would have to Path to Exile Goblin Guide after taking 3. a little bit niche maybe, but I don't know. I do think Path was always, it was a rough card, but there just weren't good removal spells. Okay, on the draw, I do think we want the extra Prismatic Ending for Frog. Let's go down a Opt. Counterbalance. Blue-white players did nothing wrong. We're just trying not to die fast. That's okay. You have Wrath of Skies. Don't be too greedy. Revisited Mardu from Eternity Gorios, so looting it. Not yet, but I do want to. Losing the ring was kind of a big deal for that deck. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, you had to Path to Exile Tarmogoyf because nothing else killed it, you know. It's a different era. A new dawn, a new age, a new life. That's true. I have been tilted whenever people path me, so there is some genuine value there. Blue-white Energy Coal sleeper pick in this Postman world. Maybe it's not a sleeper pick. I don't know if I'd use the word sleeper, but we trophied with Jeskai Flage Control. I want to add Tamiyo to that deck also, by the way. But yeah, there's some good stuff going on with Control. We had 4 looting, 4 deep analysis. That deck was really dope. You have a second one of these? We could have played around it, but I think I'm just okay getting it out of the hand. Dingo's rocking 3 or 4 paths in their Maverick deck the other day. Unhinged. Uninvited to the to the 24-hour stream. Uninvited. Dress down Flage stuff could be cool. Yeah, so Where are all the dressed down Null Drifter Flage gamers? Like, literally, where did y'all go? Y'all were all like, this is the best control shell. And y'all were doing that, like, I mean, you were doing that with Ring sometimes. But where are you? And I'm so sorry. You didn't have Tamiyo in that deck? Oh, I meant Kiora. Three mana Kiora is what I want to add to that deck. Because we already have, Arena of Glory and... Let's not jam the Jace here. 3 mana Tamiyo. Stifle is not modern legal, no. My dear Goonspoon. Alright, so let's play around Spell Pierce here. A Prismatic Ending so I can oust a Harbinger. Also, Prismatic Ending is mostly here to deal with Frog, even though they did have the Spell Pierce. So hopefully they play another creature into a sweeper. I think Stifle is a pretty unfun card. We have Consign to Memory. It's that's modern Stifle. I think the Null Drifter deck play Consign to counter Null Drifted Rings. With Rings gone, maybe Consign main is not so good. Yeah, I think that is that sounds like a pretty reasonable analysis. Jesus Christ, opponent's hand. They missed a bunch of land drops. We can't be upset here. Wow, playing miracles. Name every miracle in game IRL. Well, 1, Esther deciding to talk to me. 2, LeBron James. 3, Bronny James. 4, Bonfire of the Damned. 5, Athena. I don't know if we count Lucy. Lucy was so cute yesterday. She I'll show you a picture. Yesterday I was loading up presents to go over to my parents' house, and Lucy got in the trunk. She's like, put me into. She's like, please. She did get to go. This is so cute. Yeah, I didn't watch any of the NBA games. I saw some clips though. It looked like the Curry versus LeBron was pretty good. Would you be willing to revisit Golgari -1 Coffers list now that Ring's gone? Yeah, I'd be interested in playing something Coffers adjacent, if not just Coffers. Yeah, let's see if we get to attack here. Isn't Esper control better than blue-white? Nope. $5 a month for the rest of your life. So I think that Jeskai is the best, to answer your question. I think that Jeskai control is likely the best control variant still. With Flage, we trophied with a cool looting deep analysis build. I think that a more normal Flame of Anor Wizards build also has a ton of merit. I don't really think hold on. Think about this turn. I'm gonna think about this turn. No! I don't know what Esper has going for it. You know what I mean? I haven't seen an Esper control deck, but I'm gonna play Flame of Nor and Flage probably. This is bullshit. Terminus, please! I need a miracle. Brainsurge locked. Okay, brutal. That was an hour and a half for 3 matches, so let's switch over to, I think, Urza Mox Opal.